Imagine this. You're stuck in a rut, trying to hit the gym, eat healthier, or finally tackle that big project. But every time you start strong and fizzle out within days. Sound familiar? What if I told you that the secret to lasting change isn't more willpower or massive overhauls? It's tiny 1% tweaks that compound into life-altering results. In fact, getting 1% better every day could make you 37 times better in just a year. That's the power packed into Atomic Habits by James Clear, a book that's transformed millions, including top athletes, CEOs, and everyday folks like you and me. Stick around, because in the next 10 minutes, I'll break down every key idea with real examples and actionable steps so you can start building unbreakable habits today. Let's dive in. Today we're tackling Atomic Habits by James Clear. Published in 2018, this bestseller has sold over 10 million copies worldwide, and for good reason. It's not just theory, it's a practical blueprint for building good habits and breaking bad ones. Clear, a habit expert who's spoken at Fortune 500 companies and written for outlets like the New York Times, draws from science, psychology, and his own story to show how small changes lead to remarkable results. Clear kicks off the book with a gripping personal anecdote that hooks you right away. As a high school baseball player, he suffered a devastating injury when a teammate accidentally smashed the bat into his face, crushing his skull and nearly ending his life. He spent months in recovery, relearning basic functions like walking and swallowing. Back on the field, he couldn't even make the varsity team. But at college, Clear turned things around, not with grand gestures, but through tiny daily routines. Sleeping early, tidying his room, lifting weights consistently. Over time, these atomic habits, small as atoms but powerful in their buildup, propelled him to become team captain and a top student athlete. His message: forget overnight success. Real change comes from systems of consistent incremental improvements. The core idea is that habits are the compound interest of self-improvement. Just like money grows exponentially over time, so do your actions. If you improve by 1% daily, you'll be nearly 37 times better after a year. But decline by 1%, you'll dwindle to almost nothing. Clear emphasizes that we often overlook this because results lag behind efforts. You hit a valley of disappointment where nothing seems to change, but suddenly you cross the plateau of latent potential, and boom, breakthroughs happen. It's like heating an ice cube from 25 degrees to 31 degrees. No melt, but at 32 it transforms. Or a stonecutter hammering a rock 100 times with no crack until the 101st blow splits it. All the prior work mattered. Clear shifts the focus from goals to systems. Goals are the results you want, for example, lose 20 pounds. But systems are the processes that get you there, for example, daily walks and meal prep. You do not rise to the level of your goals, you fall to the level of your systems, he says. Winners and losers often have the same goals. What separates them is the system. Forget fixating on the scoreboard, build habits that make winning inevitable. And crucially, tie habits to your identity. Don't say, I want to run a marathon, outcome-focused. Become a runner, identity-focused. Every action is a vote for the person you want to be. Repeat a behavior and it becomes evidence of your new self. Now, let's break down the habit-building framework. Clear introduces a 4-stage model based on how behaviors form: cue, trigger; craving, motivation; response, action; and reward, satisfaction. To create good habits, follow the 4 laws of behavior change. To break bad ones, invert them. We'll cover each law in detail. First law: make it obvious. Most habits happen unconsciously, so the key is awareness and clear cues. Start with a habit scorecard. List your daily routines, for example, wake up, check phone, brew coffee, and rate them positive, negative, or neutral. This shines a light on autopilot behaviors. For new habits, use implementation intentions. I will behavior at time in location. Studies show this boosts success rates from 20 to 30% to over 90%. For example, I will meditate for 5 minutes at 7 a.m. in my living room. Habit stacking takes it further. Link the new habit to an existing one. After current habit, I will new habit. Like after brushing my teeth, I will floss one tooth. Clear shares how Dennis Diderot's fancy new robe sparked a spending spree. Habits chain react. The environment is huge too. Design your space so good cues pop, for example, fruit bowl on the counter for healthy snacking, and bad ones hide, like TV remote in a drawer to curb binge watching. In a British town, placing water bottles visibly in homes increased hydration by 20%. Context matters. New environments make new habits easier, free from old triggers. To invert bad habits, make them invisible. Remove cues, like uninstalling social media apps if scrolling wastes time. People with high self-control don't resist temptation, they avoid it. Clear cites Vietnam War soldiers. 20% got addicted to heroin there, but 95% quit upon returning home. Environment change, not willpower. Second law, make it attractive. Habits stick when they're rewarding. Our brains release dopamine not just from pleasure, but from anticipating it. Supernormal stimuli, like junk food's hyper-palatable salt-sugar-fat combo, hijack this. To hack it, use temptation bundling. Pair a should with a want. Only listen to podcasts while exercising. Or based on Premack's principle, after gym, I get my favorite coffee. Social influence is massive. We imitate the close, friends and family, the many, crowds, and the powerful, idols. Join groups where your desired behavior is normal, like a running club, to become a runner. Approval and belonging make habits attractive. For motivation rituals, do something enjoyable before a tough habit, like playing upbeat music before work. Invert bad habits. Make them unattractive. Reframe mindsets. Highlight downsides. Smoking isn't cool, it's paying to shorten your life. Create a mantra. I'm not a smoker, I'm someone who values health. Clear explains cravings stem from underlying motives, like conserve energy, bond socially, so address those. Third law, make it easy. Humans follow the path of least resistance. Reduce friction for good habits, increase it for bad. In Karachi, hand-washing soared, not from education, but pleasant soap, making it enjoyable. Prime your environment. Lay out gym clothes the night before. Automate with one-time actions, like buying a good water bottle for hydration. The 2-minute rule is gold. Scale habits down to under 2 minutes. Read before bed becomes read one page. This builds momentum. Showing up is half the battle. You don't have to be great to start, but you have to start to be great. Decisive moments matter. Choices like what to eat cascade into the day. Optimize them. For bad habits, make them difficult. Add steps, like putting snacks on a high shelf. Use commitment devices, tech that locks your phone after 8 p.m., or a pact to pay a friend $20 if you skip the gym. Clear notes motion versus action. Planning feels productive but delays results. Stop researching the perfect diet, just eat a vegetable today. Fourth law, make it satisfying. We repeat what feels good immediately. Brains discount delayed rewards. Add instant gratification to good habits, like marking a calendar X after workouts, Jerry Seinfeld's technique of don't break the chain. Habit trackers provide visual proof, boosting dopamine. Never miss twice. If you slip, get back fast. Accountability amps satisfaction. Share goals publicly or use a partner. Habit contracts make breaking painful, like Victor Hugo locking his clothes to force writing. For bad habits, make them unsatisfying. Add immediate costs, like donating to a cause you hate if you bite nails. In advanced sections, Clear discusses genes and talents. Pick habits suiting your strengths. For example, extroverts thrive in social fitness classes. The Goldilocks rule. Peak motivation when tasks are 4% beyond your ability. Too easy bores, too hard frustrates. Pros master boredom, showing up daily. Deliberate practice refines habits. Review performance, like a yearly integrity report asking, what values did I embody? Identity evolves. Hold it loosely. Habits plus practice equals mastery. In conclusion, atomic habits are tiny but mighty. They compound like atoms into molecules, building your best self. Success isn't a destination, it's refining your system endlessly. As Clear says, every action is a vote for the type of person you wish to become. Start small, stay consistent, and watch transformation unfold. Phew, that was a deep dive into atomic habits.
packed with tools to reshape your life. If you apply just one law today, which one will it be? Making habits obvious, attractive, easy, or satisfying? Drop your answer in the comments below. I read every one. If this summary sparks something in you, hit that like button, subscribe for more book breakdowns, and turn on notifications so you never miss an upload. Thanks for watching. Go build those atomic habits.